You can become my supporter by clicking that jingly wingly join button. I will play Dead by Daylight with you, you will get an exclusive Discord role, and you will get to see some exclusive secret videos. Join now and satisfy your inner needs. Hello my friends, I don't know if you heard the news, I'm a little bit too late about this, but I saw that the Onryo, also known as Sadako, is getting big buffs. And honestly, this makes me very happy because Sadako, in my opinion, is one of the weakest killers in Dead by Daylight. I was always hoping that developers would eventually buff this killer, and it sounds like Sadako is getting some really big buffs. I think that the biggest problem with Sadako is the condemned mechanic, which is most of the time pretty useless, except when survivors are just memeing and they choose to die, which is kind of a meme, and I always thought that this is pretty unfortunate because Sadako is actually a very interesting killer. This killer has a very unique gameplay style. Basically, you don't even need to hook any survivors. You can just teleport into as many TVs as possible, and then that will pressure survivors to go and look for tapes instead of repairing generators, and if you are lucky to fully condemn those survivors before they finish repairing all 5 generators, then you can kill those survivors by your hands. When it works, this is a very interesting playstyle, but sadly most of the time it just doesn't work because survivors are not that stupid and it takes a fuckload of time to condemn survivors to be able to mori them. Also, this killer feels like an M1 killer most of the time, and I know that it's not just Sadako who has this problem, but there are other killers who feel like they are M1 killers most of the time. Oh yeah, I'm looking at you, baby. But Sadako is one of those killers suffering from this problem. So as you can see, Sadako so far has been a very problematic killer, but lucky me, lucky you, this killer is getting big buffs. And you know, I haven't tested these buffs yet, so I can't confirm or deny anything. I just read how these buffs sound in theory, and it sounds like these buffs will make playing this killer feel orgasmic. So let's talk about it. But before that, don't forget to subscribe if you want to suck my big fucking juicy cock. Okay, so this first buff is insane. Every time when you play Sadako and you teleport into any TV on the map, every single survivor that is not carrying cursed tape will slowly get condemned. Yeah, that's right, it makes it incredibly easy to condemn survivors without even thinking about it. You just teleport and teleport and teleport, and you will condemn them faster than ever before. But survivors got a counter tool, which is cursed tapes. It used to be that carrying a cursed tape would gradually condemn the survivor, as long as that survivor doesn't put that tape into a TV. But not anymore. Now the survivors will be able to carry cursed tapes as long as they want to, without getting condemned just for carrying those tapes with them. But there's a risk involved, because if you catch a survivor who has the cursed tape in their hands, and when you hit that survivor will get massively condemned, which is a double win for you. And when you hook that survivor who is carrying the tape, then every single survivor on the map will get condemned, which is crazy. So basically, even if survivors are like, nah, I'm not gonna carry this tape with me, they will get condemned either way, because every time Sadako teleports, it will affect every survivor who is not carrying the tape. And I think that this will make for a very strategical survivor gameplay. Now every time survivors start the trial against Sadako, they will have to think, should I pick the tape up or should I not pick the tape up? At some points it's better not to do it. On the other hand, if you pick the tape and if you don't get detected by Onryo, that's a double win for you. Now it will be easier to insert those tapes inside of TVs, since you can basically insert the tape into any TV on the map. Prior to this buff, survivors would only get to put the tape into one specific TV, usually the furthest away from you. But this is the biggest buff to Sadako, and it will actually make this killer go on my tier list from being a D tier killer at least to being a B tier killer, because on paper, in theory, this buff sounds absolutely massive, and that's not the only buff Sadako is actually getting. Also, the time a TV is disabled after Sadako projects to it, it has been reduced to 70 seconds, from 100 seconds to 70 seconds, so it's a 30-second buff, which is a really great quality of life improvement, and it should make this killer more of an ability-based killer than an M1 killer, which I'm all for it, you know? And also, if the survivor chooses to insert the tape into a TV, then the cooldown period has been decreased as well. I'm not gonna talk about add-on changes because honestly I don't give a fuck about add-ons that much. I just saw that these are some great changes. I should probably leave a link to developers update down in the description below. I'm not a Dead by Daylight's news YouTuber or something like that, but I just wanted to share this update because I'm genuinely happy about this buff. I have always wondered when will they start buffing weak killers, and I was thinking about Freddy, Trapper and Sadako as well, and here we go. Sadako is the first one to get a massive buff, and I'm really surprised about this update because it looks like a really massive and good update for everything. I like everything about this update. I'm not a fan of Dead by Daylight developers, but I wonder who will be the next killer to get buff, and when will we see the Trapper getting buffed? When will we see the Clown getting buffed? When will we see fucking School Merchant getting buffed? You know, there are so many weak killers in Dead by Daylight, and this buff for the Onryo actually opened my eyes, and now I'm starting to think maybe DBD developers really care about this game. I don't know, I can't tell. You know, you can't tell from one update, but this update looks massive, and yeah, it looks great. So that's all I wanted to say, all I wanted to share with you, my happiness, and yeah, good day for us Dead by Daylight players. Subscribe for more DBD content. I'll see you later.